No, it's actually, I think it's only like 50 years to get there. Though it's slowed for the first 40, so maybe not. But yeah. There's a mean time happen, so it's up to chance. If I remember. No, actually, no, it's linear now with the new system. First contact, whatever. Yeah. Oh. Almost forgot. New starbase. For new mining platforms. I need to probably stop buying so much food because I need trade for trading with other empires.
Complete.
Here we go. Another hydroponics bay. And then a couple anchorages. Yeah, how big is your fleet? What's your naval capacity use, rather?
16 out of 20.
Oh, you gotta put away some alloys for corvettes for the influence income, you know?
Yeah.
Otherwise you won't be able to expand because you won't have enough influence.
Should I take Void Worms Hunter or get the Void Worm Research Special Project?
Research. It'll give you void worm enzymes, which will add to your food production. Or you get a choice between void worm immunity or the food. I would suggest the food, because if you take the immunity, then the void worms will go and mess with other empires, and you'll get the void worm plague mid-game, because the AI doesn't deal with the void worms well. Yeah. Whereas if you take void worm enzymes, you'll not only get better food throughout the entire game, but then the void worms will come and attack your colonies. You kill them, you keep their population under control, and you're less likely to get the void worm plague.
When should I run the special project? Or a situation, I guess. Yeah. I got 6 months till I finish the current off-world trade company's tech. And it'll be 48 months to research this situation.
Sorry, say that again? There's a little bit of background noise here.
It'll be 48 months to research the situation. And I'm 6 months into finish. So I have 6 months until I finish.
Sorry, which situation? That's what I missed. I missed the context.
Oh, the Void Worm research.
Oh, you're wondering that's a bunch of society points, right?
Yeah, 5,000 society.
I put it off for a while.
Okay. All right.
It's a lot of society for only like a 5% bonus to food production. I wouldn't do it yet, but later, when you've gotten some more critical society techs done, and you like, well, what should I do? Techs become more expensive, but projects like that don't. They're fixed costs, so.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, what should I build on my colony?
Ooh. There's the Winkworth Artem system. Shoot. I should...
Urban expansion next?
Sorry, just grabbing the Wenkworth system a little bit. It's the
Sounds familiar.
yeah, it's a unique system with a unique anomaly. I want to make sure I'm the one who gets it instead of someone else. What were you saying?
What should I build on my colony now that I finished my mining district?
Another mining district. You can
Oh,
resettle lots of pops there and work them in the
okay.
mines. How many civilians do you have there? I'm assuming you resettled a bunch of pops.
Yeah, I have 200 civilians. That doesn't seem right.
Some of them just became miners, right?
200 civilians, 200 miners, 200 workers.
That's why would that not be right? That sounds about what it should be. You sell
Because I
400,
resettled.
400 pops, right?
Oh, you're right. They only started with 200, right?
Oh wait, 100, unless you ran expansion tradition.
100. Oh yeah, no, that math checks out right.
Yep. So, yeah, I'd build another mine district. It'll put most of your remaining civilian. It'll put the remaining civilians to work in the mines, and I think your workers are colonists, some of them, which is not a very good job.
Won't that wreck my amenities?
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, after I build the mine, employ the civilians, and then you can probably build. I was gonna say is you could probably build like an alloy foundry and put part of the colonist workforce, not all, but
Okay.
reduce the number of metallurgists and have some of the colonists work in the foundries instead. You don't need a full 200 colonists or whatever. You might get by with like 50 and have 150 people working in the forges. Because you really need more alloys. You need more ships. You need alloys for defense platforms and for upgrading your reserve fleets. Eventually, you just, as a mechanical shipset empire, you basically have to just always. Like, if there's ever a question, what should I focus on next? The answer is almost certainly always. So,
yeah,
that's why I'm not super fond of mechanical. It's easier to scout food production. I like the biological ship set. Not to mention everything's more labor efficient. So, you'll get. It takes relatively less labor to build my ships and stuff. Just have to make sure to build enough ag districts and build enough hydroponic space. Is all. So,
yeah.
Just manually queue up a system while we chat. Wouldn't bother right now, except it's talking anyways. Cool. I'm snaking out to try and cut off choke points so other empires can't expand. I get block off a whole lot of area for myself. That's part of why I emphasize getting lots of always lots of influence from power projection, because then you can block off areas, but you'll need to outproduce the AI and influence to really do the best.
Complete.
Especially in this high difficulty, the AI will actually be very aggressive in building fleets because they get so many bonuses. It's not uncommon. I've seen them have like 120 ships or more by 2230. Of course, that was with the research modifiers, but yeah. Oh wait, there's a four mineral mining station. Do that. Then do the 3 energy. Luxury residences. Then another city district. Pop growth, pop growth, pop growth. And eventually even some research. Oop, and I still need more enforcers. It's getting annoying. I'll just overdo that a little. More artisans. Oh shoot. I've been wasting energy up keeping something that was increasing my artisan cap way past what I was actually working. Better late than never that I fixed that. Cool. There's always something I miss. Well, it's not going to be done until tomorrow. What? Where's my... Oh, I don't have enough food. Damn it. Sorry. Excuse my French. I always wonder why people refer to... say excuse my French as if the French language was automatically swears. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know French people do swear a lot. So it's not entirely an accurate stereotype. But... I think it's partly from like American not liking the French because they didn't beat the Nazis in World War II, and then they wouldn't join the US in invading Iraq in the Gulf War because they correctly realized it was an imperialist bunch of bullshit. Meanwhile, the British gladly joined us. What?
I think it's a bit older than that.
Yeah, it probably goes back to let's see, what led up to the War of 1812. For a while there were tensions with France, though then the US actually switched sides and started siding with the French over the British, which led to the British invading War of 1812. Then there was the anciens regimes in French, which are extremely reactionary, which upset a lot of people in the US because they were in power around the same time as the US Civil War, so the US is moving very left in terms of like abolition of slavery and stuff, and France moved very far to the right because reactionaries took power after the French Revolution failed. And then there was World War One and the French needing help, and then there was World War Two and the French needing help, and then more recently, so I think there's a lot of historical reasons for it. Plus,
Yeah.
you know, it's not like we really hate the French, it's just a minor tongue-in-cheek. There's a little bit of a slight disrespect for... Also, Americans are intimidated by French culture, I think. You know, because everyone talks, when you talk culture, where's the most cultured country in the world? It's France. That's what people think, so.
Yeah.
I think there's an element of, like, jealousy.
Oh, an earthquake on my colony.
Oh, yeah, you had a unstable tectonics.
Yeah, that makes sense. Even less happiness.
I just came across a xenophobic fallen empire, which proceeded to, of course, tell me to stay the frick out of their territory.
Yeah.
Chunky Vec, weird heat blobs that just made a breakthrough on contacting Chunky. I'll resign this envoy now because whoops, that was the wrong envoy, wasn't it? Shit. That's fine, I probably won't need to change anything for a year. Because enclaves do eventually translate your language. They don't seem to do it fast, but if you wait too long, or maybe someone trades, I don't know. Somehow they get your comms after, you can't ignore them forever. So spacefawn I never do, so I'm prioritizing what's almost certainly a real empire and what's an enclave. And I've met a fallen empire, but they're fanatic xenophobes, so they won't trade with me or anything. Wah. I want trade. Trade is powerful. This game has a very Swedish
I get
perspective.
minerals from the earthquake.
Oh yeah, the report. I guess you did the report right away. It'll tell you either you got minerals or you got a new tile blocker on the world.
Oh.
It's like a
minerals.
50-50 chance. So yeah, you rolled well. You got the positive outcome instead of the negative one.
Sweet.
Speaking of minerals, what are you building in your Homeworld now. I can cut down.
Xenobiological lab, maybe? I don't know. Currently nothing, but I'm not sure. Well, that or I suppose the luxury residences, I think. Yeah, those could be good.
I do the luxury residence first. Pop growth is king. And while right now you're swimming in excess pops, over time you'll outbuild your capability to grow pops. So.
Yeah. So do you ever replace the luxury residences?
Yeah. Later when I'm Empire Pop
When you
growth scaling, which I turned down the strength of, but that'll start to make it worthwhile eventually. And when I start to really need other stuff, and I've gotten a lot of building upgrades, so each build slot's worth more. But I wouldn't do it for a while. Probably keep the luxury residences in place for potentially decades. Also, your logistics growth will cap out at plus 10, so at some point you have so many pops that you don't need the luxury residences to maintain plus 10. Although when I set it all the way to plus 10, that'll be really hard to cap out. Normally it's like plus 4 or 5. So it can be a point where it no longer impacts pop growth, and you don't need the amenities, and you need the build slot. You can eventually need to replace them, is what I'm saying. But, you know, eventually.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. That's what I figured. I can disable the precinct house now. It just took a little while to update crime. To figure out, okay, I don't have so much of an amenity shortage now. It's only mega 480 or whatever. Oh, I need way less enforcers. Saved like 40 something pops worth of enforcers from a luxury residence. Definitely worth, especially with the anti-crime campaign energy. It may have almost paid for itself or paid for half of its own upkeep just to reduce enforcers. Another half from having more civilians. Not to mention it makes my stability higher.
You know,
Yeah.
I almost never play as spiritualists.
Oh, they're really strong.
Maybe once I've done it.
I always think of like how I can get the most strongest late game. It's not always. I mean, these games prioritize momentum, but spiritualists can be really good early game. When Uni has a higher return, because traditions, they scale really poorly into the mid and late game. Like, the costs increase rapidly with Empire size. But you can grab a bunch of...
Eventually, you'll just hit the cap and you won't get more.
Hit the cap for what? Traditions?
Yeah, and then your unities...
No, Uni is always useful. There's planetary ascensions and there's ambition edicts, which you can run. The ambitions are often very good. And just running, maintaining leaders, and sometimes there's things that cost Uni, like reselling pops, and what else? Sometimes even trade deals with caravassaries will take Uni from you. Yeah. There's a lot of things that cost Uni, is the point. A lot. And late game, you can just run edicts out of Uni when you start to have less units for Uni. But yeah, Uni does get weaker. It's never useless, but it does get to be far less valuable than like tech points later game. So, but early on, Uni is really strong in the early game. Especially if you're not completely neglecting research in favor of it. So yeah, spiritualists are good for snapping up traditions very early and getting your ascension really early. Especially if you're not going synth. Synth takes a lot of tech. But if you're going biological or sonic ascension, or cybernetic even, you can ascend fairly early with spiritual start. The spiritualist faction is upset by cybernetics, so really if you're going bio or psionic, it's especially powerful. Of course, I'm spiritualist in my single player game and I'm going synth. But that's more for snapping up a ton of traditions.
You can go synthetic as a spiritualist.
Yeah.
That doesn't.
Just
like,
it
force
takes
you to
longer
take
to
it.
roll the techs. You just need the synth tech.
Okay.
The problem will be, of course, that you'll get the attempted AI revolt if you don't swap out a spiritualist, because you won't be able to give
Oh,
AI full citizen rights. But that's fine. If you spend a bunch of physics, you can actually neutralize the rogue AI and keep
yeah.
your robots permanently in slavery until you turn your species into spiritualists. In fact, there's even there's event chains when you synthesize and when after with the speech shock, and some of them are even have unique choices if you're spiritualist for synth. So the game actually anticipates that you might try and go synth as a spiritualist. Yeah, you can absolutely do it. Spiritualists don't like cybernetics unless you have the special origin, but they don't mind going synth. It's weird. And they don't like other empires that have gone synth unless they've done it themselves. So they won't like other empires that did the same thing they do, but we're special because spiritualists are hypocrites.
Yeah.
They used to not be able to go synth, but they can now.
Yeah.
Of course, the faction will be happier if you go Sonic, like they get a happiness buff, but Sonic is very much, especially until they rework it, it's very much the weakest Ascension now. So, I need keep up with the chip building. But yeah, spiritualists and priests are better ways to produce uni. It's not just the uni buff. Well, there's 3 things that spiritualists get, or 4, that are really valuable early game. 1, they get buff to uni production.
Complete.
2, they get temples and priests instead of bureaucrats, which for a non-Megcore empire, bureaucrats are pretty bad. Managers, the Megcores get managers, which are a little better. But priests are definitely better than bureaucrats.
Yeah.
Especially if you're running, say, genetic identification, which allow the priests to produce some society research.
Oh, I finished my society research.
Oh. Cool.
I've permanently unlocked epigenic triggers, frequency tuning, doctrine and fleet support, planetary unification, and galactic archivism. And I've rolled
Sorry, you cut out for a second.
Jungle. Oh, what'd you miss?
Something.
I've rolled
Roll.
the tech to unblock dense jungles, ground defense planning, genome mapping, and eco simulation.
Eco simulation adds to food production. Genome mapping, that gives you a pop growth bonus, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's on the path to getting clone vats. What?
Yeah, it gives me 10% pop growth, and the other one gives me food from farmers and star-based constructions. And unlocks the soil reclamation center.
Yeah, soil reclamation center is garbage. But I would probably do the genome mapping. Now is pop growth king. But I think you need genome mapping before you can get cloning. And cloning will let you build clone vats, which will add greatly to pop growth.
Okay.
I'd probably do genome mapping at this early point. Unless your newly colonized has blockers that are blocking really key resource districts with jungles. It's probably just slightly reducing the food or energy cap or something.
It's blocking a district, but just one.
But what type of resource deposit is it blocking? Can you build 2 mines there without
agriculture?
Yeah. I would do genome mapping.
Okay.
Yeah. Pop growth is king. So. Cool.
All right. Okay. Alright, finish my other mine on my new colony.
Oh, 2 mine districts.
Yeah.
And you can't yet start the mineral extraction focusing on the tech, right? You need mineral
Nope, not
processing.
yet.
So you can't automate it yet. How are you doing for food and energy?
Good. 57 food per month, 36. Sorry, 57 energy per month, 36 food per month.
I'd probably. And how much you have food stored?
2,200.
That's a good amount. I'd probably do an alloy forge building in one of the general build slots, and some of the colonists can work it because you'll need alloys. So.
Okay.
And that can be built fairly quickly. And then probably after that, luxury housing, so you can take even more colonists off and put them into the forges, and also because it'll augment pop growth. You could actually queue them up both, but if you're short of minerals, I wouldn't, because then it might get in the way of building stuff with minerals elsewhere. But yeah, I do alloy forges, then luxury housing, and then maybe the urban district specialization, so you can add a little housing and unlock the build slots, because it doesn't have upkeep. Or maybe a city district. Either way, then I would start focusing a little more on housing from the cities. And also, once you upgrade the capital, you can add second specialization, something that gives jobs per city district. So, build a bunch of cities, and then I'd probably do heavy industries or second spec. Urban first. Since you seem to want to put a research lab maybe down, I wouldn't specialize a whole planet, but maybe a research lab in the urban, and that would put everything else into industry. Really.
Yeah.
Make it a forge world. You can respec as a tech world someday, but oh yeah, you said there's what was the bonus to society research?
25%.
Yeah, when you got a bunch of Genesis preserves, you'll barely even notice that. You'll have plus 50% from Genesis preserves eventually, once you have 10 worlds.
As well as plus 20% to engineering.
Yeah, not a bad place for it. It's just researchers. I think. Are you even working all the researchers in your homeworld right now? All the built job slots?
Close to it. I started hiring more.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it's just early game. I would focus on. Whoa! Oh, I laid off those forcers, and I forgot to put them into something else. I could actually use more artisans and more physicists a little bit, but over a couple more physicists. But yeah, I'm not working all the physics jobs in my homeworld, for instance, because of the consumer goods upkeep, because if I need more artisans, I also need to put minerals into, and that would interrupt building city districts and housing or whatever. I probably need another luxury housing for the menus soon, so but yeah, I'd focus on physical economy early game so that you can spam outposts, grab territory, and then you can tech up a little later once you've done that. Plus, you also have to have the capability to build a fleet that won't just get instantly crushed. So there's that too.
Yeah.
I might need another Explorer Corvette. I think this Mauler. I think this Mauler is gonna traipse back to. I don't know. It's bought in by the Xenophobe Fallen Empire. Still haven't met anyone I can trade with.
System surveyed.
Starting to have problems with energy. Already have an energy deficit in my capital. And my pops use energy, so.
Construction complete.
This has already gone long enough. I'm gonna end up probably cutting this video in two. Definitely gonna end up cutting in two. Didn't realize I've been recording quite so long. Don't have the food. Oh, I can buy some. Another mining station. It's filling around my homeworld right now, but I'm gonna snake out soon. Right now I'm just trying to get mining platforms. Physical economy.
Construction complete.
Oh, starbase is done. Ponics. Trade ups. We still don't have alloy promises, bioships. So I use far less alloys for ship building and upkeep. Discovered an archaeological site. The Signal. We've picked up a unique signal from remote valley Orion. It's a signal source is not far away from, and it is far away from any civilization as this on the planet. It might be of interest to track it down and figure out where it's coming from. Fortunately, it's next to a xenophobe fallen empire, so I can't actually visit it. Cool. Oh shoot. I haven't hired leaders for a while. How long till? Oh yeah, 48 days and you should get another crop of leaders, including level 2 scientists, Joe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can't afford to hire any.
Just enough you need to hire a couple officials. One who's eager and the other's already level 2. Population shall learn to obey. Maybe. God, these are garbage traits. Trade focused?